Next stop, Vangarde Woodworks. Well, here we are. We're just rolling into 2121 North Hamilton Street, home of Vangarde Woodworks. Just got to Vangarde's Woodworking in Richmond, VA. Now the owner, Ben, he's asked me to well document the process and his lean conversion. So why don't we go out into the shop, meet some of the people, and see how things are done. The whole process starts right here on a nicely equipped CNC router. Parts from the CNC are then stored in carts, which then get transported over to the edge bander. There's Ben again, fixing the edge bander. Once parts are edge banded, they travel around the corner, up a small ramp over to the assembly area. On the right hand side we have custom, and on the left over here we have an area that's used for wrapping and strapping the finished goods. And over here's the custom area. There's Ralph. He's a master cabinet maker if I've ever seen one. Currently, he's got a little bit of work in process burying them in, but he's still making do. Now if you're looking close, you'll notice that the 8 deadly wastes are just about everywhere. This is very typical in the manufacturing world. Vangarde is not alone on this one. So anyone who's watching, don't go getting the wrong idea. We're just going to work to eliminate these wastes. As you can see, we've got finished goods stacking up. It almost feels like this shop's going to burst at the seams. Boy, I bet we could use an extra 10,000 square feet to get this organized. Or maybe we'll just try some lean thinking first and see what we can do. If you're quick, you'll notice on the left-hand side of the screen there's some cabinets there that don't have doors on them, and they also have about an inch of dust on the shelves. That tells me they've been waiting, and we don't want to contribute to the waste of waiting. Over here we've got Scott, affectionately known as DJ Scott. He's responsible for most of the commercial work that leaves Vangarde's. And in the background we've got some more finished goods piling up. Boy, the waste of overproduction is running rampant. That's all right. I'm confident with this team we'll put our heads together and get rid of all of it. Here's another shot at the custom area, and there's Phil. Phil's responsible for all the prep work, making sure that all of our solid wood and veneer is sanded to perfection before it goes to finishing. Say hi, John. Say bye, John. John heads up the commercial division of Vangarde along with DJ Scott. Now look at that. More finished goods stacking up in the finishing area. Oh man, look at all that work in process. It's everywhere. Now, it's easy for me to walk around with a video camera pointing out waste. There's waste of waiting there. There's overproduction over here. As a matter of fact, overproduction will cause all of the other 8 deadly wastes. There's more work in process over here. But I don't want to give you the impression that this isn't normal. This is absolutely normal in a non-lean environment where keeping people busy is the primary goal. Say hi, Thomas. That's Thomas. He's our master finisher here at Vangarde, and what a good job he does. With the high level of custom work that Vangarde does, the finishers definitely have their work cut out for them. We've got to keep colors and samples and paints and lacquers of every project that's going on in the shop, which can tend to build up around the finishing area. One of the major contributors to clutter is just not giving people the time that they need to make it right. We're going to make sure everyone has the proper amount of time. This is the engineering office where all of the planning goes down. As you can see, they've got great equipment, printers and plotters and computers. It looks like the only thing this area is missing is people. I don't know where everyone is, but Lee and Tommy are in charge of this workspace, and I know that they're going to make it great. Well, let's head back out into the shop and see if we can't track down the rest of the crew. I think the first one I'm going to find is Ronell. There he is. Say hey, Ron. Ron runs the CNC at Vangarde Woodworking. Let's see who else we can track down. All right, got 2 more in my sights. There's Tommy, he's our project manager, and Kyle, who's our go-to guy for just about everything. And straight ahead, we've got Mandy. She has proven her versatility by working in every department of this company. And this is Claire, a dedicated furniture maker who's come to Vangarde to study the craft.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I work in the office with Tommy and Lee, and I'm assistant project manager, which means I'm in charge of making all the labels. Here, in this drawer, the label says label maker. you can find the label maker.
Hey, I'm Lee Morset. I work here at Vanguard. I do a lot of the engineered drawings, anything that goes to the CNC router, any type of drawing that needs sections done, information that goes to the shop. I'm the guy who does it.
Well, just because the process could use some improving, don't go getting the wrong idea. Vanguard is a high quality, highly capable manufacturer of custom woodworking. The cabinet makers here are definitely second to none. The lean initiative that we're going to take on is just going to help them satisfy more customers with the level of quality that Vanguard has built their reputation on. I encourage anyone to check out their website. I'm going to post that right here. Have a look and let us know what you think. We always start in the classroom. It's important to make sure that everybody's on the same page before we begin our lean initiative. From the classroom, we move into some easy simulations. These simulations provide a powerful tool for everybody to understand and see what happens in the factory. All too often, our work centers are too far apart and we just can't relate to what our neighbors are doing. In this case, we do an envelope stuffing game, and then we continue to improve the process. This lays the foundation for establishing the internal customer-supplier relation. And our conversation here was so good, I had to leave it in. Decrease our batch size deliveries.
Customer, how you doing this morning?
Tired, what do you want?
We ran into another small issue, but not an issue for you. We were wondering if it was possible that we could decrease our product size a little bit more.
So you want to deliver me 5, and you still give me 10 a day?
Yes, definitely.
But you're bringing over 5 at a
So
time?
we're shipping 5 at a time. Yes, sir.
Okay, that will be fine.
Okay, thank you, sir. We greatly appreciate your business, and we look forward to doing business with you in the future.
Well, I appreciate your business and you being great.
Thank you, sir.
When we're batch producing, as you can see, the work in process keeps going up and we're not shipping any more. But as we start to improve the process, our work in process starts coming back down and we get things under control. By the end of the simulation, we're at a one-piece flow scenario and everything is flying out the door. Happy customer and our pretend company's making money. From there, we go back into the classroom. We analyze each and every step that it takes to build cabinets at this facility, and then we identify them, whether they're value added or waste. Once we got the waste identified, we start working to eliminate it. We go after the waste of transportation with a layout, and then back out to the shop floor. Here's a couple snapshots of the transformation process taking place. As you can see, we reconfigured one entire area to do something completely different. The people here really put their heads together and worked as a team. One of the biggest improvements they made was taking the custom fabricators and moving them from the back of the shop right up into the area that we were using for storage, as opposed to being far away from where the parts are coming in. Now they're right beside that ramp and cabinets can come in straight up onto the bench. There's no doubt in my mind that day one was a success here at Vanguard's. So this wraps up day one and let's see what day two brings. Now that the assembly stations have been reconfigured and moved, the focus was on the work in process. How can we clear out the pipeline here from Vanguard's Woodworking? So we started collecting all the old jobs around the shop, all of the loose parts, making the parts that we needed and just lining them up in one big train in front of the assembly area. And it was obvious real quick that the new system that they had developed was working well. We flushed out almost all of the work inside of one day. We also started keeping track of how many cabinets we build in a day. This gives us a line in the sand to improve on. Speaking of improvements, look what Ronell did in the CNC department. He had to keep track of some more paperwork and really did a fantastic job of rearranging his area. Another thing was the floor got marked into assembly so we know which carts go where and how many should be there. This allowed us to build work buffers to tell people at the station before or after when to start or when to stop. Remember this area of the shop just being used for storage? Well, now look. They developed a one-piece flow cabinet assembly cell instead of each person working at their own bench. Also, the ideas just kept coming. We're now wrapping and strapping the cabinets right off the end of the bench. Remember Ralph's area? All that work in process? Now look. Ralph's area is just about spick and span. He cleared out all that work in process. Once people understand the true value of one-piece flow, It's amazing what happens. As a team, they develop work buffers in front of each station. This shows everybody exactly how much needs to be done and helps to prioritize it. And there's Ben. Hi, Ben. I won't ask. Back to our tour. Now, without being here to witness exactly what happened today, hopefully you can see by the picture how much work in process, in fact, is no longer on the shop floor. Remember this? Overproduction everywhere. We cleared all that right out of the system. Now look at the finishing area. We put our heads together. We created some flow. We marked the floor so everybody in the factory knows where to put the next cart. We created a staining area. From the staining area, parts flow into the spray booth. From the spray booth, they come back out into the sanding area. And once top coated, they're staged and ready for production.